Welcome to a new NFL season. Week 1 is finally here. Week 1 of the 2025 NFL season. And I've been hearing the buzz. I've been seeing your comments. Mitch, where's the update? Bro, I've been waiting. Where's your week 1 picks? You put out a video a month ago. Where's the next one? Here's the next one, baby. We're back for another NFL season, picking every game of the 2025 NFL season. We're picking it straight up. We're picking it against the spread. And I don't know if you guys have heard or not, but I have a new channel, bro. I have a new betting channel. I have a new fantasy channel. Its name is my name. Money Mitch. So go subscribe to that channel. I'll leave the link in the description. If you guys haven't already, that's where my best bets are going to be every week from now on, okay? If you're looking for best bets, if you're looking for all the breakdowns, the betting NFL content, go over there to Money Mitch, okay? Nothing else has to be said. If you guys want my actual real bets that I make every week with my real money, then Patreon is the place to go as well. Patreon, link in the description. Go check it out. $5 a month, you get all my bets. $5. You want the money-making picks? Patreon, bro. Go over there. But we're back, baby. It's week 1. It's 2025. It's the first week of the year. And I can't wait for another NFL season. I can't wait for you guys to join me every single Wednesday for these picks. And I can't wait to whoop all your candy asses in the picks every single week. I heard all your complaints. I heard all your comments. Mitch, where's your picks? Mitch, where's your picks? Relax. I got you. Okay? Relax. Let's kick it off. Okay, let's go. If you haven't already, don't be a jabroni. Crunk, spike the like button and subscribe to the Bottom Line View, the best damn NFL channel there is on the internet. Let's go. First game of the season. Shout out to the people in the chat, bro. We got Ric Flair, woo, in the chat. Tori with the super chat. Right as I'm about to begin, Tori. Damn, Tori. Look at that handsome man with the selfie, bro. Look at that guy. Okay, so we got, yo, Mitch, I'm back, mother lover. Here to tell you that the Pats are so back. So get you some. In class for EMT, went to my local college to go get it. Mod 1 test is next week already. Congratulations, Tori. Hey, good luck on your test, bro. Thank you so much for the first damn super chat of the 2025 NFL season. Shout out to Tori for being the first. And if you want to be the second, you're welcome. But Tori is the man. And of course, guys, I will be streaming Patriots games because we're about to go to the playoffs, baby. More on the Patriots in a little bit. But let's start with the Cowboys. You know what? I need some water before I start with the Cowboys because this is gonna get good. Ugh. Okay, we gotta start with the Cowboys. Micah Parsons. He left me parched, bro. Micah Parsons is gone. See ya. And what happened to the line? It went from 7 to 8.5. A point and a half for Parsons? Okay. So as we do here on the channel, better than everybody else, let's break down the channel. Let's break down the games, not the channel, but you can do that too. Okay. On the offensive side for the Dallas Cowboys, how do they attack the behemoth, the beast of the Eagles defense? Well, the Eagles do have some questions. The Eagles have some questions on defense. Yes, they still have Vic Fangio. Yes, they still have Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. And yes, they still have Jalen Carter. Okay? But they don't have Milton Williams anymore. He's on the Patriots. Shout out to Milton. They don't have Darius Slay. And one of the big things about not having Darius Slay is the weakest position on the Eagles defense is now on the flip side, that wide receiver 2 of the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know if you guys have heard, but a former Pittsburgh Steeler is manning that wide receiver spot for the Dallas Cowboys. His name is George Pickens. And George Pickens, if Dak wants a chance at knocking off the Super Bowl champs, George Pickens is going to have to go bananas in this game. That is the matchup that the Cowboys need to take advantage of, because the Eagles don't know who their CB2 is. Is it Bennett? Is it Adoree Jackson? Is it Kelly Ringo? Their safety position, CJ Gardner-Johnson's gone. Who's our safety? Makuba? Is it Brown? We don't know. So the Eagles are trying to figure some things out, bro. They got a rookie linebacker, no Josh Sweat. The one thing I will say is the Cowboys, it's nice to see their left tackle is going to play, it looks like. Guyton's going to play. So that's a big time, because I thought he was going to be out this week. So it looks like he's going to play. That helps. I don't know who in the blue is going to be the Dallas Cowboys running back. Hopefully it is blue, but I don't think so. It'll probably be Javonte bum-ass Williams. So the Cowboys, don't expect them to be able to run the ball. I'll tell you that. Dak's going to have to throw 40 to 50 times to win this game. Okay? Maybe. We'll see. CeeDee Lamb, tough cover for anybody. I don't care. Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell, I don't care. Deion Sanders, doesn't matter. Okay? On the other side, you have the Cowboys defense, which is a very interesting unit, because Micah Parsons is gone. People are going to say, they have no defense anymore. I will say, Kenny Clark, he's good against the run. If you need a guy against the Eagles, it's a guy that can stop the run. Is it not? Is it not? Okay? So Saquon Barkley, he's going to touch the ball 30 times. The Eagles have a new offensive coordinator, so they're not going to try to go like crazy bananas, all this fancy shit. They're going to try to simplify the game, run the ball with Saquon, try to get A.J. Brown involved, right? I will say, Dallas does have Trayvon Diggs healthy now. Deron Bland got a fresh new contract. He's a happy man. The Cowboys got their corners. Felt like they didn't have them all last year. Their safeties are there, right? They don't have Overshown at linebacker. That's a concern. But the pass rush still has some weapons. Adigizua, Kenny Clark now. You got Dante Fowler, who had 10.5 sacks for the Commanders, last year. So they still got some weapons that can rush the quarterback. I think ultimately, this game is going to be, a little bit closer than most people expect. I think most people think this is going to be an absolute domination, absolute physical beatdown. I think the Cowboys play with a little pride. I think the Cowboys play with a little bit of a spark. I think that they can hang in the game, okay? But I do expect the Eagles to wear down Dallas. I expect them to have long, deliberate drives. Running the rock, just slow, paced, push on 4th and inches, pissing everybody off. Saquon probably will have 175-yard touchdown. I'd probably take the over on that. They're going to be able to make some big plays, but I think Dallas is a little underrated coming into this game because of all the drama, all the the Micah Parsons, the Jerry Jones documentary. Everybody's ripping the Cowboys. Everybody thinks they're finished. They're phony. I'm going to take the Cowboys plus 8.5, bro, but I will take the Eagles to win this game. 8.5 is too many points. 8.5 is too many points. I'm not willing to lay 8.5 in the first game of the season. I'm just not willing to do it. Okay, the Eagles got new adjustments to make on defense, new adjustments to make on offense. Tyler Steenan for my guy Becton. Everybody in my chat says this is a blowout, which is why I'm taking the damn Cowboys to cover, bro. Everybody in the chat is saying the Cowboys suck. So that is exactly my point. And I see all you jabronis watching this video right now. 42 of you, 43 of you idiots, and only 14. Singh hasn't even liked the video yet. So like the video, guys, for more NFL fans to find the channel. Come on, bro. I'm taking the Cowboys plus 8.5, Eagles to win the game. Saquon does Saquon things. period. Next, Friday Night Football. The Kansas City Chiefs at the Los Angeles Chargers. Wait for it. Caesar, tune up the band. Chargers. The first Chargers of the season. Kansas City is favored by 3, potentially 3.5 in some spaces and places. This is interesting. It's in Brazil. Not sure if you heard. It's in Brazil. Okay. Chargers, a team not used to playing at home anyways. So there's that. I don't know if they have a home field. If anybody knows, let me know. The Chiefs, used to playing on neutral sites. Okay. Used to playing in front of the world. Okay. Patrick Mahomes, pissed off because Mitch ranked him number 7 in the top 100. Okay. His agent called me. He said he's not happy. Travis Kelce, slim, getting in shape for wedding season. No Rashee Rice. Isaiah Pacheco, running over people, running angry and running into the side of stadiums across the NFL. And I do think, the Chiefs have Hollywood Brown. The Chiefs have Worthy. They still got weapons. I'm a Simmons believer at left tackle. I am. Okay. I'm not sure about their left tackle. We will find out. But it's not like the Chargers have great defensive tackles. I don't think a single one of you idiots could name the defensive tackle of the Chargers. So you guys go ahead. On the other side, we've got the Chargers, where left tackle, Slater, out. So Alt moving to the right, to the left. I don't know about that. Okay, Pipkins is in at right tackle. I don't know about that. We'll see what Hampton looks like as a rookie in his first game. Harris has one eye. Probably still has as good an eyesight as me. I'm not going to lie. Wide receivers. Ladd McConkey is the dude. Keenan Allen returns. But Trent McDuffie could lock up Ladd McConkey. That's probably maybe the best matchup in football for Ladd McConkey right there. Trent McDuffie. The Chiefs got some new safeties, but they've got their communicator, Nick Bolton, in the middle. They should be very good in terms of their X's, their O's. Steve Spagnuolo, he's used to all these guys. He's had all these guys for a long time. George Karlaftis, Mike Dana, all these guys, bro. Like Charles Omenihu, like the entire lineup. Nandi returns. They've had this defense forever. Tranquil, Leo Chanel, all these guys. The only real new guy is the former Charger, Christian Fulton. Okay? I like the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are more talented. I think the Chiefs have had all offseason to prepare for Minter's defense, which is schematically awesome. But if Andy Reid can dissect it, if anyone can dissect it, it's Andy Reid. And anyone can dissect it, it's Patrick Mahomes. I don't expect the Chiefs to be able to run the ball all that well, but I think early on they'll find a couple runs that pop for Pacheco. I think that, maybe Derwin James takes Kelce out of the game, but I like Worthy here. I like Hollywood Brown. I feel like rather Juju or Tyquan Thornton or one of these jabronis can step up and make some plays. Patrick looks fired up. I'm going to buy into it. On the other side, I like the Chiefs defense. I think that Chris Jones and Karlaftis can get some good reps against this offensive line that's having to work without Slater. And I need to see it before I believe it with this run game for the Chargers. I'm still a little worried about their weapons. I think the Chiefs just match up good with them. So it's only 3. I'm going to lean towards Kansas City. At 3.5, I might sway back to the Chargers, where the Chiefs are kind of known for winning close games. Right? And 3.5 is tricky, where that's maybe where the Chiefs win 24-21 or something like that. So I might sway back, but I like the Chiefs. I think they're still the better team. They're used to this big game. They'll be good. They'll be prepared. They, all that stuff. So I have the Chiefs here. Next, Sunday, the Arizona Cardinals at the New Orleans Saints. Quite possibly the shittiest football team I've ever seen on paper. the New Orleans Saints. The Cardinals are favored by 6.5. I think that does give you guys an idea of where I'm heading with this one. I'm obviously going with the New Orleans Saints. I'm just kidding. I'm going with the Arizona Cardinals to win. I'm going with the Arizona Cardinals to cover on the road at the Saints. I feel like this is a decent... It's overall, not a bad survivor pick. I will say that. Not a bad survivor pick. The Cardinals are a little underrated, I think, by the casual audience, because a lot of people don't like Kyler, and that's fair. That's fine. I totally get that. But I do think the Cardinals can run the ball on the Saints. The Cardinals have a very good run game. I think James Conner, they'll run it early, they'll run it often, they'll run it late, they'll secure the lead, right? They'll get the lead, they'll secure the lead. I really like the idea of Arizona's defense in this game. Arizona's defense, with Jonathan Gannon entering the year with all his new pieces like Josh Sweat, Calais Campbell, Dalvin Tomlinson, Will Johnson. I think the Cardinals will get after Spencer Rattler, right? Saints have a new offensive coach, a new head coach, a new quarterback, basically. A fresh quarterback. Rattler, yeah, he played a few games last year. Didn't win a single one, by the way. New left tackle. So I think the Cardinals defense a little underrated here. And then Marvin Harrison Jr. against one of the worst corner groups in football should have a decent game if he has one this year. Trey McBride is a problem against everybody. I think the Cardinals win. I think the Cardinals cover. Probably the worst game to watch of the week, to be honest. Next, Tampa Bay at the Falcons. We have 60 people in the chat, and only 26 of you jabronis have liked the video. So not even half. Come on. Tampa is favored by 2.5. Now, this is a really interesting game. We've got some Buccaneers fans that I love. I love you Buccaneers fans. I love the Bucs. Okay? You guys know I love the Bucs. But I'm not going to lie. I kind of like the Falcons here. I don't know why. This is a game I would definitely not bet this game. Like, if there was one game that I could single out to say, please do not bet this game, it would be this game. The reason why is the Bucs are without Tristan Wirfs. Tristan Wirfs is a dog. First of all, Tristan Wirfs is a GOAT, okay? That changes the entire offense. Second, no Christopher Godwin still. They don't have McMillan either. So the Bucs are really thin at their playmaker spots. Cade Otton is beat up, right? So they're beat up at receiver. They're beat up in their playmakers. They don't have the best left tackle in football, okay? The Falcons, yeah, they don't have Caleb McGarry, but I'm still concerned about, here's the thing. Zach Robinson ripped apart Todd Bowles last year. Ripped him up. And I think part of that was because Zach Robinson's from the Rams. Sean McVay rips up Todd Bowles. I think that it's a system thing. And I think Drake London will feast in this game. Bijan might have a tough time. The Bucs can stop the run. There's no doubt. But Darnell Mooney's active. We don't know what we're going to get from Michael Penix. We have absolutely no idea. But I know that he's going to sling the rock. He's going to give Drake London and these receivers chances. And against the Bucs secondary and the Bucs pass defense, I'm willing to take that. I think you can get after this Bucs pass defense. So, and Atlanta's at home. I kind of like Atlanta here. I'm not going to lie. Maybe James Pierce shows up and gets us a sack here. I'm going to go Atlanta in the slight upset. They also swept the Bucs last year. Throw that out there. Next, the Carolina Panthers. Is it time to pounce? It's the kitty cat game. The Panthers at Jacksonville. I like Jacksonville. I do. I like the unknown. I like the upside. I like the potential of Jacksonville. Now, Singh keeps throwing out these scores. What is Singh doing, bro? Singh keeps throwing out these blowouts. Singh, can we have a close game? Dude, relax. Jacksonville, favored by 3.5. I'm going to take Jacksonville. I like the Liam Cohen attack against Carolina's defense. I like the idea that Carolina has a terrible pass rush. And Jacksonville's biggest weakness on offense is their offensive line. So I'm not that worried because Carolina can't rush the quarterback. As long as you block Derek Brown with 2 people and 4 hands, you should be okay. I am intrigued by how Liam Cohen's going to use Travis Hunter. I'm intrigued by Brian Thomas. I'm intrigued by Brenton Strange and De'Ami Brown and now Tim Patrick and who's the running back? How are they going to use them? So I think there's a lot of upside with Jacksonville's offense here. Jacksonville does have questions in their secondary and their pass defense, but Tyson Campbell's healthy. I think that helps against McMillan. Carolina's a little weaker at receiver after McMillan. I don't think people realize this. Jalen Coker's out for a few weeks. They had to bring Renfro back to the NFL just to catch passes, right? Leggett is unreliable. They traded Adam Thielen. Not a huge fan of that receiving core after McMillan. They do have a good run game, but Jacksonville is better against the run than the pass. Typically, they have Trayvon Walker. They've got good linebackers. Aluakon can tackle. I feel like Jacksonville wins. It should be a closer game, I would think, but I think it will be pretty entertaining too. But I'd take Jacksonville to win and to cover at 3.5 at home. Jacksonville's going to be steaming hot as well. Next, Cincinnati at Cleveland. Everybody, I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm going to take my sip of water. I'm going to tell you this right now. Every sharp is going to say, the Bengals, they're slow. They start the season slow. Cleveland plays the Bengals well. Yeah, all this stuff. Joe Burrow sucks at the start. Zach Taylor sucks at the start. Don't listen to a single thing they say. The Bengals are going to win. The Bengals are going to win. The Bengals are going to cover this game. I promise you. I promise you. Joe Flacco is going to rip the rock. He's going to sling it. He's a gunslinger. But he's also going to rip it into the hands of the other team once or twice. And the problem with that is when you do that, you give Joe Burrow the ball 1 or 2 more times than you should give him the ball. That's the problem. The Browns have no run game. Their running backs suck. Ford, Sampson, give me a break. Give me a break, bro. Come on. I understand. The Browns have Myles Garrett. The Browns have Denzel Ward. They got a good defense. They play Joe Burrow well. But they play way too much man coverage. I don't care who's covering Jamar Chase, bro. He's going to get open against man coverage. T. Higgins is going to get open against Greg Newsome. You kidding me? Mike Gesicki, Noah Fant, Andre Yosivas, Chase Brown. Bengals are winning this game. They beat the Browns twice last year. They're going to win by a touchdown. 5.5 is not enough points. 5.5 is not enough points. They're going to win 28-20, and everyone's going to be disappointed because they all bet on the Browns, and you fell for the oldest trick in the book. Joe Burrow's ready to rock. He's ready to go. They played in the preseason. They're a different Bengals team. They're ready. So I'm taking the Bengals. I'm not buying that shit. Next, Miami at Indy. Now, a lot of things tell me to take the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. But I think everyone is looking at this game. They're like, Miami, Tua, Tyreek, Waddle, A-Shane. Yo, this is a sweet team. Everyone's like, Daniel Jones sucks. Daniel Jones is pathetic. The Colts, who do they have? Right? I think the Colts have more talent than the Dolphins. Outright. I think the Colts have the better O-line. I think the Colts have the better D-line. I think the Colts have the better coaches. Bro, Tua's better than Daniel Jones. Okay? But this game's in Indy, first of all. Second of all, Big Lou, he's handled Tyreek a time or two. And I'll also say that the Dolphins on defense, right? The Dolphins on defense, their pass rushers are coming back from injuries. So that's the strength of their defense. Their pass rushers are coming back from injury against a good offensive line and 2 good tackles. Raymond, and Smith, right? Jonathan Taylor is a problem. Ty Warren is a problem. Josh Downs against the worst cornerback group in football is a problem. Michael Pittman is a problem. Alec Pierce is a problem. They got good weapons. Daniel Jones is playing behind the best O-line of his career. He's got a decent play caller. He's got weapons. He's better than Anthony Richardson. I don't care, right? Like, he's not good, but he's better than Anthony Richardson. He can run the offense. He can run the offense against a bad Dolphins defense. And the Dolphins, I don't think are going to be able to run the ball against the Colts. Like, I don't think they're going to be able to run the ball against Grover Stewart and DeForest Buckner. I just don't see it. Zaire Franklin, I don't see it, bro. I'm sorry. Now, maybe Tua rips the Colts up in the screen game, but I just don't see it. I think the Colts win. I think the Colts are... Are we back? Yo, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on with my internet lately. Like, my internet lately has been horrific. Like, all day, so bad. So, I don't know what's going on, dude. We're going to have to check that out. But, I'm glad that we were at least able to restart. Because I was pissed. So, I'm not going to be as pissed as Commander fans this weekend, though. Because I think the Giants might win this game, bro. I'm not going to lie. I think the Giants might win this game. I'm not going to lie about that. So, very sorry about that, guys. I was almost just going to redirect you to the Money Mitch channel because I'm going to be posting spread picks on there every week, too. But this would be a good time to just give that quick advertisement for that channel. So, that channel over there, okay, Money Mitch, I will be posting spread picks over there before I make my picks on this channel from week 2 on, okay? So that will be on Tuesdays. I'll also have my best bets over there. I'll have my picks on over-unders over there. So if you guys want to go check that channel out, go subscribe, okay? Because I'll have a lot of good betting content, a lot of good picks content, a lot of good fantasy content, starts and sits, waiver pickups, trades, all that sort of stuff that you should make in fantasy. All that content's going to be on Money Mitch. Okay, so go check that out. And a lot of that stuff will be like exclusive to over there too. So go check that out. Back to the games. We were at Commanders. We were at the Giants. I'm going to go Commanders to win, Giants to cover. I don't think I'm bold enough to pick the Giants to win, but I do think they're going to stay in this game. I think the Giants last year proved that they could hang with the Commanders. First of all, they have a very good pass rush. Brian Burns, Abdul Carter on the edges. Very athletic, very fast, very quick. You know, they can track down and contain Jaden Daniels in the pocket. Dexter Lawrence is a problem in the middle. And the Commanders, you know, it's going to be intriguing to see what happens in that backfield. You know, who's their lead back going to be? Is it going to be young Bill? Are they going to feature Austin Eckler? Can they get their ground game going against the Giants? That could be a big factor for the Commanders, because I do think you can run the ball against the Giants a little bit, but I do think if you're just constantly throwing the ball, eventually you're going to get sacked. You're going to make mistakes because that pass rush is really good. I also feel like those improvements in the secondary with Holland and Adebo, those are big time. I think Adebo can do decent against a maybe a little bit of a slowed down version of Terry McLaurin coming off of the whole holdout. I think Adebo can do fine, and I'm intrigued just by the Giants defense as a entire unit. I think they're going to play hard and play well. Where I do think the Giants might be a little underrated in this game is Russell Wilson's moonball and his ability to attack down the field. The Commanders play a lot of man coverage, and they play a lot of cover one, and that allows only one safety to be back down there. And Russell Wilson, if he can still do one thing well, it's throw the ball down the field. And with Malik Neighbors and Darius Slayton, I feel like they can attack the Commanders secondary down the field. And Brian Daboll's coaching for his job. I mean, period. So I feel like also the Commanders struggled against the run last year. Like, I feel like Tracy can run the ball a bit in this game. I do think, though, ultimately, if the game's close, the Commanders will find a way to come through. I think that Jaden will just make more plays. He'll be more consistent, more efficient, more accurate than Russell Wilson. Like, we saw Jaden time after time last year. The Commanders come through in close game after close game after close game. It would truly mark a difference in the team if they lost to the Giants in a close game. But I still believe that ultimately they should come through in a close game. But I think the game will be close. Like, I do think the game will be close. So I'll take the Giants plus the points. I think the Giants are a little bit better than people think. Commanders are a little worse than people think. But I think the Giants ultimately lose the game. Then we have the Steelers at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers at the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, basically, it's Justin Fields against Aaron Rodgers. It's revenge game versus revenge game. I love the Steelers here. I feel like Steelers going to the Jets. It's rookie head coach against a future Hall of Fame coach. Mike Tomlin against Aaron Glenn. Pure mismatch, first of all. Jets offensive line suffered an injury today. Elijah Vera Tucker, arguably their best offensive lineman, out, taking on Cam Hayward in the middle, taking on TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, arguably the best pass rush in the NFL, arguably the best front seven in the NFL, even better than the Giants, right? Fields really has only Garrett Wilson to throw the ball to. Fields likes to hold on to the ball, and that's going to be a problem against Pittsburgh. I just don't think Rodgers will have to do very much. I honestly think the Steelers will struggle to move the ball consistently, but I think they can run it a little bit. You know, Arthur Smith can find a way to matriculate the ball. Rodgers won't make as many mistakes. He won't take as many sacks as Justin Fields, and I think the Steelers' defense dominates this game. I think that's why they go to the Jets and they win and they cover, is because of their defense, because of their pass rush. So I will take the Steelers to win this game. They might only need like 20 points to cover, so I'll take them there. The Raiders at the Patriots. This is the game, baby. I'll be streaming it. It's the Patriots week 1. They're back, baby. They're back. Patriots are favored by 2.5 against the team that they beat to kick off the dynasty. Why not kick off another dynasty by rocking the Raiders? How about that? But we got the Patriots here, minus 2.5. I like the Patriots to win. I am not like overly confident, like ridiculously over the top confident for this one, but I do like the Patriots. I think the Patriots are better than the Raiders. Both teams have new aspects. Both teams have new parts. I think the worst unit in this game is the Raiders defense by a pretty wide margin. The Raiders interior defensive line is not good. Their linebackers are not good. Their corners are not good. Like, flat out not good, okay? Josh McDaniels against this defensive system, he'll have some answers, right? I think the Patriots low-key are going to be a problem for teams when running the ball. Like, McDaniels is a good run schemer. Their O-line is young, athletic. They can move. They move people. Will Campbell, Jared Wilson on the left, Mike Onwenu on the right. I think they're going to be a really good running team with Stevenson, Henderson, and with May's ability to run. I think they're going to lean on that in week 1. I also think that, you know, Diggs and Douglas, I think they can get open against this weak secondary. And on the other side, the Raiders have a lot of new. I think Brock Bowers could be a bit of a problem for this Patriots defense, who has some shaky safeties and maybe not the best cover linebackers. But the receivers, I don't really see having too much success against the Patriots in the secondary. Gonzo is a bit of a question for the Patriots entering this game. That's obviously a big loss. But I think the Patriots, you know, Milton Williams, Christian Barmore should be able to dominate that interior, not allow Ashton Genty to go crazy. And really, the Raiders' O-line and run game looked pretty bad in the preseason, too. I think May has a good game. And I think the Patriots at home, they should take care of business. I'm not saying they'll blow the Raiders out. The Raiders will play hard. They're well coached. Pete Carroll. But I think the Patriots are just better. You know, I think they're just better. I think they win this game like 24-17, something like that, by about a touchdown. I would expect that. And I think this is the start of a big breakout year for Drake May. So Patriots win. Next, the Tennessee Titans at the Denver Broncos. Broncos favored by 8.5, depending on where you look. I like Denver to win and cover, but I don't love the number being so large. I probably would stay away from a bet, but this is about as difficult as it gets for a rookie quarterback. It's Cam Ward on the road at Mile High with the altitude in week 1 against arguably the best defense in football, against the defensive player of the year who can basically take away Calvin Ridley one-on-one, right? Nick Bonito, Zach Allen, John Franklin Myers. That pass rush is nasty. It's going to be difficult to run the ball on Denver. On the other side, Sean Payton against this Titan linebacking group is just going to have them running in circles, and they're just going to be terrified. The Titans also don't have a great pass rush against one of the best pass blocking units in football. I actually think Bo Nix has a good game here. I would say rather than the Denver run game, which might not do so well against the Titans, but I feel like they can throw the ball against the Titans. I'm going to take Denver to win, Denver to cover, but it's a lot of points. It's a lot of points. I don't blame Big Al for taking the 8.5 with the Titans. I don't blame that. Next, the San Francisco 49ers. Shout out Becca. Bang, bang. Niner gang at the Seattle Seahawks. 2.5. 49ers on the road. This is a tough game. This is an either way contest. It's an either way bet. I'd stay away from this spread entirely because, Seattle's at home. Seattle's healthier, right? They have a lot of new elements, though, right? New quarterback, new offense, new offensive coordinator, new Cooper Kupp, new tight ends, essentially, basically. Seattle has a lot of new. San Francisco does too on defense, but they do have a lot more continuity on offense. It does appear that Jawan Jennings will play in this game. Ricky Pearsall, CMC, healthy. Kittle, healthy. Offensive line of the Niners should be good to go. This is going to be a great matchup between the Niners offense and the Seattle defense. I'll tell you that much. Seattle's defense, very good. I'm expecting great things this year. San Francisco's offense, expecting good things, great things, elite offense as well. So it's an elite offense against elite defense. That's a very good matchup. I think that the guy that gives Seattle the most problems is probably George Kittle and McCaffrey out of the backfield. I think this is probably a big feature CMC game. Get him back and running for sure. And on the other side, I'm intrigued by, the Niners. Are they able to stop the run this year? Because Seattle's definitely going to test that. But the thing with this one that I think has me leaning towards the Niners is Kubiak is basically running Kyle's offense. And if anyone knows how to slow down the offense of Seattle, it's going to be Kyle, right? Kubiak is essentially running his offense in week 1 where the players are probably not going to be as adapted to the system as they would like them to be. And it's going to be a very vanilla version of the 49ers offense. So I'm just leaning on which offense will look cleaner, which offense will look better. And I think it's the Niners, just because even if the Niners have some young elements and some unproven guys on defense, I think they'll play fast under Robert Saleh and they'll have answers for what Seattle's going to do. Because they're basically playing their own offense, but a weaker version of it. So I'm going to take San Francisco here, but barely. I think they win by a field goal. Is Kyle on the hot seat? No. Okay, wait. Did I press that one? Yeah, okay. We have a few games left, guys, and then I'm leaving for another fantasy draft. But we have the Detroit Lions at the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay favored by 2.5. And you guys know I picked Green Bay to make the Super Bowl. If you don't know that, I don't know what you're doing. You're a jabroni. You didn't watch my prediction video for the season. But I'm picking the Lions in this game. I'm picking the Lions. The Lions are getting 2.5. They feel disrespected. They feel disrespected. And I like a Dan Campbell football team when they're disrespected and they're underdogs. Yeah, I get it. Micah Parsons. I get it. Is he even in shape? Is he even going to be ready to play? Right? Is he going to be ready? I don't know. I know Detroit's going to be ready. I know Aiden Hutchinson's going to be ready. I think I look at Green Bay, right? Christian Watson out. Jaden Reed foot problem, okay? You're going to be counting on Golden right out of the chute to be a stud. And the Detroit defense, man, they're healthy. They're going to be feisty, man coverage. They're going to stack the box, not let Josh Jacobs beat them. And they're going to ask the rookie to beat them. So I feel like the Lions are going to be prepared defensively. And I feel like on the other side, Gibbs and Monty can still run the rock against a D-line that I need to see tested in the run defense. Because Parsons is probably not going to play all the time because he's out of shape. Kenny Clark is gone. TJ Slayton's gone. The run defense of the Packers is going to be tested here. And you look at those receivers against those corners, man. Detroit's a really difficult matchup for Green Bay. Like Jamison Williams and Amon-Ra against those cornerbacks. So Jared Goff, I feel like, he knows what this defense is going to bring. Even without Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn, I think that takes time to take a toll on Detroit. I think Detroit's talent, Detroit's motivation, Detroit's chip is the reason they win this game. Because I think people are disrespecting them right now. So I think they win this game, even if I think the Packers will be better in the playoffs. But it's not the playoffs yet. It's week 1, bro. It's week 1. Next, we have the Texans at the Rams. Rams are favored by 3. Bro, I can't decide on this game. It actually pisses me off. I can't decide on this game. It's in LA. I honestly think this game's going to land on 3. This spread is extremely accurate. I think it's going to land on 3. Either way. Texans, where I don't like the Rams is if Stafford gets hit by Will Anderson one time in the ribs, on the back, that's a scary situation. And the Texans have a terrifying pass rush. Their pass rush is awesome. The Rams, their left tackle, I don't know what's going on with him, with the blood clot situation. I don't think the Rams will be able to run the ball that well. Kyron is just too slow. Give me a break. And then you've got Puka and Adams against Stingley and Lassiter. That's one of the best matchups of the week. Stafford and McVay, all offseason to prepare. That's a bit of an advantage. But DeMeco Ryans has played Stafford very well in the past. He's played McVay very well in the past under, with his San Francisco background. On the other side, so I think the Texans, I lean their defense to have the advantage on that side. On the other side, I think that the Rams pass rush is going to be a problem if the Texans, but this is the thing with the Texans, right? They could be way better on offense, and we don't know it yet. We have no idea what we're going to get from this offensive line. We have no idea what we're going to get from this offensive system, this offensive coordinator. CJ's got more control at the line of scrimmage. I know for a fact the Rams can't cover Nico Collins. I know that for a fact. I know they probably can't cover Christian Kirk. Okay, I know they don't have Joe Mixon, but I do think the Texans can throw the ball. So this is really tough because I like the Rams at home. I like their pass rush at home. I don't like a bad offensive line traveling to LA, having to play that pass rush in their first game. But at the same time, if Stafford could get hit a lot, I don't like that either. This is really tough. This is a really tough game. It could go either way. I honestly, bro, I might pick both these teams in 2 different videos. This is a really tough game. I kind of want the Texans to win, so I'm going to take the Texans, but I don't know, man. I'm not betting this game. The total is low, too. I'm going to take the Texans for fun. Why not? It's week 1. Let's take the Texans. I want CJ to play well. Everybody was ripping CJ all last year. Everybody was ripping CJ all offseason. I want the Texans to play well. I do think Nico Collins is going to go crazy in this game. I think Nico Collins is going to have 200 yards. Next, the Ravens at the Bills. And Big Al says this pick is based on Houston's offensive line. 100%. Houston's offensive line could shit the bed. I don't disagree with that. They could, but they could also be better than last year. Okay, the Ravens at the Bills. This one kind of hurts, I'm not going to lie, because I picked the Bills to go to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. But here's the thing, and I picked them to beat the Ravens in the playoffs in the AFC Championship. But I'll break this down in a few different ways. 1, it's not the playoffs. 2, it's not going to be snowing. 3, the Bills are injured in the secondary. And 4, it's not the playoffs. So I'm going to pick the Ravens to win. I know. I picked the Bills in the AFC Championship. I get it. But the Ravens are more talented than the Bills. The Ravens typically start the season stronger than the Bills. And the Bills are beat up at corner. And I don't like that. Zay Flowers is playing in this game. He didn't play in the playoffs last year. The Ravens did beat the Bills in the regular season last year, right? I want the Bills to win, to be honest. Because, like, the last thing I want is honestly, like, these Lamar people. Even though I love Lamar. There's these Lamar fans that, like, are irritating. Like, they're like, why didn't he win MVP? All this stuff. They comment on every video, bro. Like, shut up. I get it. Your guy didn't win MVP. Like, shut up. So there's going to be all these Ravens fans, dude. But, so I kind of want the Bills to win. And it's hard to pick against Buffalo in the first game of the year on Sunday Night freaking Football with their idiot fans jumping through flaming tables. It's really difficult to do. It's really difficult. But I got to pick the Ravens because their secondary is sick. Their defense is healthy. They got Derrick Henry, fresh legs. They're healthier. It's regular season, not playoffs. No choking involved. So I'm going to go with the Ravens. I don't like it. I probably just will sit back and watch it. But I'm going to pick the Ravens. And then Monday Night Football. The Minnesota Vikings at the Chicago Bears. I actually really like the Vikings the more that I think about this game. Even though it's on the road on Monday night. I don't like road Monday night teams. But it's Brian Flores against Caleb Williams. Like, sometimes football is as simple as, can the quarterback even decipher what the defensive coordinator is bringing? And I don't have any confidence in Caleb and his painted nails on Monday Night Football to be able to read the defense. I have zero confidence, in fact. Now, Ben Johnson has been good against Brian Flores, but he had Jared Goff, who is, if he has one good feature, it's being a human computer and reading the defense and reading the field and getting the ball out, right? Like, Caleb holds the ball way too long. And the Vikings are going to scream blitzes at this guy, like, the entire game. So I think that's going to be a problem. And the Bears don't have a great pass rush. The Vikings have improved their offensive line. I think JJ will have more time to go through his reads, find his guys. Jay Jettas is unstoppable anyways. I mean, Aaron Jones is fresh. Kevin O'Connell, I love him as an OC. So I think the Vikings are the better team. I know they're on the road, and I know it's basically a rookie starting his first game. But I love the Flores matchup here. So I'm going to take the Vikings. But that's not an easy game. This is a really tough week 1, guys. Really tough. But I hope you guys persevered with me. You sustained through the lag. You sustained through the dip and the fall. But thank you guys for the first week of NFL picks. If you haven't already, Gronk spike the like button. And if you haven't already, go over to Money Mitch, subscribe. That's where my best bets every week will be. I know a lot of you watch that video, so get over there. Watch that video tomorrow. It'll be out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. And good luck on your picks this week. Good luck with your fantasy teams. Good luck with all of it. I will be streaming the kickoff game. Guys, tomorrow is my birthday, September the 4th. So join me on my birthday for the first game of the season. It's the Cowboys. It's the Eagles. Bring me a present. Okay? Please. Thank you. All right. We'll see you there. It's Mitch. Peace, guys.